I noticed like with the Latin women, you know, they're much more passionate, you know, about their emotions and feelings, and they want you. It's like in a romance novel, you know.
You don't feel like American women got that too?
American women they're so shrewd now. They've been desensitized so much because, you know, America is so bad, you know, far as from the head they've done so much. Again, I would have to speak as a black man because America has done so much to, you know, the black man, and just nasty negative things just to keep him down, just to keep him back, and all that kind of stuff. And that has made the black man, you know, to be get defensive and protection mode and be like, you know, screw that. I'm going, you know, this how I'm going to be. You want to make me an animal, then I'm going to be an animal. And then now he becomes an animal, and then he turns his woman into an animal. You understand? Because the woman follows him. So we have a messed up situation that's going on with us as Americans. You dig what I'm saying? Whereas, you know, in these other countries, they're learning from America, but they're picking up all they don't understand the core of how this happened and how things got so bad. All they're picking up.
They don't understand what happened to America, or
they don't understand why the American people act the way they like us, as far as us as black folks in America. They don't really understand why we act the way we act. You know, there was a lot put into play to destroy us mentally, physically, all kind of ways. You dig? There was just straight up plots, and they still are today, you know? So they don't understand that part, but they don't care about that. All they're doing is watching social media and these different things, and they're looking at these girls out here like Sexy Red and Cardi B, and they like, yeah, I don't cook, I don't clean, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucking to get a bag and yada, yada, yada. So they're just picking up on that stuff,
right.
You know, and that's all they're learning from it, you know? But the thing about them, at the same token, they are what we don't have in America. Why I still prefer Latin America, even though Latin America got its problems and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah,
but why I prefer them more is because, see, they got something going on that America don't. America has lost sense of family. They don't have, America doesn't, we like these people in these different countries, they still deal with family a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They have so many holidays in these Latin countries, is ridiculous. I know why they broke. They party too much.
Yeah, they party a lot. You know, not to cut you off, but what I noticed too, me going over to Dominican, because I've been to Dominican Republic a lot. I've been to Punta Cana, Santo Domingo, Puerto Plata, said Punta Cana, Santo. Okay, the 3 places.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed what I found amazing was, with the economy being so bad and so many poor people there, they have so much fun.
Yes.
And I can honestly say it's not, they want money, they need money, but they know how to love each other without it. Opposed to America.
Yes.
That was the first thing that I looked at when I was starting to talk to women that was over there, because it started off. Well, actually, my I don't know about a lot of men's situation, but my situation started off when somebody told me that you can get that, because I was doing music videos. So they was, you know, I was talking to an American woman. She want 500, 1,000, you know, 2,000, 5,000. I mean, I had a woman that wanted 15 grand, and I'm like, come on, man. So, one of my partners like, man, you can go over to the Dominican Republic, man, you can get somebody for 200. Not to downplay,
Right.
it was, you can get treated better and get more out of the situation with a reasonable price. And I noticed when I started reaching out to the models there, they followed me right back. They was very respectful. They was more business when I started going over there. And it was just easier working with these models over there. And then I got into a relationship with one of them. But like you say, it was the culture that was the problem. Me not knowing the language. Also their culture. They party a lot and nobody gets shot. Nobody gets stabbed. On the weekends, it's a crowd. They only motor scooters and four wheelers. And it was amazing to see, like, I was like scared for her, but she like, don't worry, and this goes on all week, every weekend, crowds of people. And I'm like, this can't happen in America.
No.
Somebody's going to get shot.
That's right. We have lost that sense of caring. You understand? We have been desensitized so much that we don't care for each other. We don't care. And it's like, we don't speak to each other. We're cold-blooded, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I went to a place, right? I was walking. I'm in one of the barrios here, and I was looking for this place. And I asked this woman, I said, do you know where I can find such? She's in there. She's working this, her business. Her daughter is in there. I don't know. Her daughter probably was 15, Mm-hmm. She tells her daughter, go take him to the place around here, the business over here. It's around the corner. Go show him where it is.
Right.
And I was like, wow, this lady, she's not even thinking in her mind that I would do something to her daughter or that I could, you know what I'm saying? In America, that wouldn't have happened.
Right?
You dig what I'm saying? But here this woman just did this. They are, I've had them go out their way to try and help me. When I'm in the store, right? And I might be buying something and somebody come in and somebody might come in the line or whatever. And then it's like, you could have been standing there and they still, and the person like, oh, I ain't see you standing to go. Oh, no problem. Their
whole attitude.
Patience. Whole attitude. The patience, the understanding, the caring is totally different,
right?
So when
to sum it up, the reason you would say why most men are going to these other countries, knowing that yes, it can be a little financial at first. We know they want money, they but what are you seeing that, if you can sum it up, what's the reason why American men?
Because men, you want money, you want these different things, such. But men, basically, they just want to know you down for them, you care for them, you can show them, that nurturing, and that's what we want from you, because men always is something innate in us to want, that mother's caring and love from a woman. And, I remember Mike Tyson said something. He said, you'll never get that from a woman, but that's what we want. That's what we seek. You know what I'm saying? We want that caring because, 9 times out of 10, some, majority have gotten that from their mother,
I was about to answer that question. Like, what makes it so different from American women? What are these women getting over there that American women are missing and not getting? And we know it's starting from childhood, damn near birth, of them molding their daughters, mother and father, to cater to a man.
Our community, that's why I have to go back to us, because that's our experiences. And our communities were torn apart. They were told, don't have a man in the house, don't by the government.
There's Section 8.
Yeah. And we'll give you money. We'll take care of you. Long as you don't have a man in the house. That was all diabolical. That wasn't to help us. That was to destroy us. That was to weaken us. So we wouldn't have Black Wall Street, Rosewood, and these different places that we did get, and they destroyed anyway. That was all a part of a diabolical process. The whole Willie Lynch type process is okay. And it's so dirty because they even took it to the form of putting it in law and in writing. You can't have a man in your house. Mm-hmm. If you have a man, you won't get these benefits from us. But long as they knew that the women abandoned, because they knew that would destroy the family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you destroy the family, they can never build. They can never be strong. They can never be one. They will always have separatism. And we don't have to, they didn't have to worry about us because we will be fighting amongst ourselves.
Yeah. And I did my research. They do have child support over there in Dominican Republic. I don't know if they, adopted this from America, but they rarely use it. They rarely use that system. And maybe, like you say, that's because they are getting that support and love from each other so much. And like you said, the economy is so bad. He ain't gonna pay it anyway.
That's the thing now. Yeah. Because they looking at, well, they know he ain't got no money.
You don't got no money anyway.
They know he broke, so, and they're more caring because a woman in America will put you in jail.
And even if the situation is the same of the man being broke, there's
exactly that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes. So she will do you so dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She don't care if you're in prison. I don't care. Well, he ain't got nothing. He messed up. He this and that.
They're gonna lock you up, and sometimes they don't. Your bond is what you owe. I done had that situation. Yeah, I had that situation. That's what you gotta pay to get out of there, or come up with some type of, and even you can't even walk in there with jury on. They'll take the jury off your neck.
Yeah,
so America is, like you say, it's real bad. But to sum it up, y'all, that's I hope y'all got enough out of A.D.E. and Mr. Charlie of why a lot of men are going over there. And I want to, before we get off of here, you touched on the subject of fear. They're not scared. Like they I was talking to a girl from Venezuela, and she came and met up with me. It's just like, I would have had that wouldn't happen in America. It was like the first day she came and met up with me, got in the car with me. It was no fear of. It's like they understand men, and it's like, but I guess because so much stuff happened in America, it's a reason why American women got to be cautious. But over there, they're not afraid.
Yeah, I don't blame the women of America. I don't blame them. You understand? I blame all the racist heads of state and government that purposely did all kind of diabolical stuff to mess with our brains and our minds and corrupt us and make us just terrible. So I don't blame the people per se. We had no choice in the matter. We were not the lawmakers, So I don't blame the women. I don't blame our Black women, and I know I accept the responsibility that we train you guys to be the way you are. I accept that responsibility because we were bamboozled. We were screwed over. They did us dirty first. They did the man dirty first. And then the man passed it on and he did dirt by his woman. So we're in a whole messed up situation. And for me, I guess, yes, it's an escape.